So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do embroidery on the side of a hat. I've been working on these hats this week and I've got the front done. These are 3D puff, but this design also has cursive on the side. And there's a few things you need before you get started on this. First up, you're going to need a pocket hoop, and they look something like this. So if you're using a Smartstitch machine like I am, you're going to have to buy this through the Smartstitch website. Find the one specific to your machine. Next up, you're going to need some stabilizer. And more specifically, you're going to either need 3 ounce or 2 ounce. It doesn't really matter. It works on both. I tend to lean more towards the 3 ounce just because the side of the hat is not very stable. And while this might be firm up front, this is really wobbly on the side. So 3 ounce provides more stability and ensures a cleaner design. Now, I broke my pocket hoop a while back. If that ever does happen to you, go to Home Depot and buy the smallest screws they have. And it has a nut on it, so you can fix it again. So for some reason, one of these popped out and it got lost, and I have no idea where it is, but it works perfectly fine now. So these pocket hoops work exactly like a hat hoop. So they use the same bracket, and you don't need to change the hat hoop on your machine either. So you simply put it in, lift this arm up, grab your hat, and grab your stabilizer. So it works extremely similar to hooping a normal hat. And then once you got it down, you're going to push this down and you're going to feel it lock on you. So this is exactly what it should look like. So if there's any creases, go ahead and stretch out the hat a little, but that's exactly what you want to see. Now, if you're having trouble with placement, like I did at the beginning, the embroidered design wasn't coming down far enough and it was sitting too up high. So I had to go into my hoop parameters and edit that to open them up so that the foot could go down further so that the design could be lower on the hat. So they're sitting pretty low right now, but it used to be like up here and that was way too high. It looked very weird. So I'm going to show you real quick what it should look like. To change the parameters on your hoop, go to the position menu right here. Then you're going to select the hat hoop right here. And you're going to see this little cross over here. So tap on it and it's going to ask for a password. So on the 1201 and on the 101, it's 871-81066. So your numbers will definitely look different than mine because I went in and edited mine. So all you got to do is you can go by my parameters. So frame length, you just tap on it and you type in 95. And the frame width, 50. Just tap in 50, hit enter, and then go back. So those are the two settings on mine. I had to do that because my designs were coming out too high and I needed them to come down lower. Now I understand why Smartstitch does that. And it's so that your presser foot doesn't hit your frame, but you should always be tracing out your designs so you make sure you're not hitting your frame, and you shouldn't have any trouble with that. But you'll more than likely have to go in and edit your hoop parameters because they just have it just a little too high, and the designs come out too high on the hat. Now, once you edit those parameters, you need to go back and load another hoop. So you don't have to change anything on your machine. Don't touch any frames or anything, but just pretend you're gonna change it to another hoop. So for example, I'm on the pocket hoop, so I'm gonna go to a hat hoop on the machine. So I just change it to a hat hoop. And the reason why is because the computer needs to update it in the system. So once you load the pocket hoop again, the parameters are gonna be expanded on your machine. But remember to do that, because if you don't, it's just going to look the same. You could also try turning your machine off and then back on if you don't want to go through the menus. But so I just pick another frame and then I go back to the pocket frame again and it loads the new hat. So just think of it as a way of refreshing the hoop parameter and updating the computer. All right, so these you just load the same way as a hat, except you're not using the bottom plate. You're only clipping the top two right here. So just load it to the side. I always like to make sure I'm not hitting anything here. So you always gotta outline your design first. Okay, and mine's not hitting the frame, so you never want to hit your frame down here because you can break your presser foot. All right, and once that's done, I'm not hitting anything, I can hit start. Once your hat is done embroidering, you simply take it off like you would a hat hoop by unclipping, and there you go. That is how you embroider on the side of a hat. One last thing to keep in mind is the size of your design. So this particular hoop is 3.5 wide by 2.5 height. So whenever you're designing, I always recommend you leave at least 1/4 inch from the edge so that your presser foot has room to work with. Because if you design it too big, it's not going to fit on your hat hoop and you're going to start hitting your frame. And you never want to do that. So if you have any questions on this video or embroidering on the side of a hat hoop, let me know. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button. It helps grow the channel and it helps me keep cranking out videos.